Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Hakadash.
double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutation, hopefully that out there pushing his word and truth. And it's a series across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake of believers and listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, with the brothers of GMS. All right, got the beloved brothers GMS Memphis, GMS North Carolina. You know, the beloved brother coming down. You know, to break bread in the spirit. All right, and we're gonna do what we were sent here to do, and that's to edify the body. You know, until the time of deliverance. Now we understand that today, all right, this evening at sundown, you know, we will be relishing the Passover, all right, which is a very heavy time, you know, and you really go into the Passover, you know, the actual ceremony, you know, was a spiritual, you know, foreshadowing of things to come, okay? It was an actual, all right, ceremony, all right, but it had a spiritual overtone when you go into the volume of the book, okay? Us being in captivity, all right, a lamb that had to be sacrificed, and us being delivered, and our enemies being defeated. Okay, so when we go into this time, this is the most serious time for us as a nation. You know, this is why it's a time, you know, self-reflection, making adjustments. Okay, and moving forward. You know, with a better way of thinking and being. You know, that's why it's titled various topics. Okay, and new beginnings, and we're gonna prove that. You know, the Passover is at the beginning of the year because we don't move according to this world. All right, this world is set up by, all right, Roman. You know, pretty much you go into the calendars based off of Roman gods. Okay, you got July, named after Julius Caesar. August after Augustus. October, another month named after Augustus. His name was Octavius. Okay, well, now we go according to the creation. You know, we move off the vibration of the earth, you know, but we gotta go.
Yeah, that's the one you start one.
Yeah, start with one.
Yeah, my subheading it said the beginning of the year change, you know. Then it say Exodus 12:1, and the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month should be unto you the beginning of the months.
Yes.
It should be the first month of the year to you.
The first month of the year to you. And that's the point I want to get. And this is what the thing, everything is coming to life. You know, hey, it's the spirit that we speaking, you know, sun is starting to come out.
Yeah.
All right. But this is the time of the year when things are coming to life. You know, what people call when it's spring cleaning. You know, that's a thing. You know, spring you start to clean up things and refreshing things. You know, this the year of the rains. You know, when you first plant your seeds, it's the season where the rain hits that seed. You know, to make it bring up for the first harvest. You know, going into the Feast of Weeks. You know, we are people that's in tune with the earth. You know, so you go into our high holy days. You know, they're in tune with the earth. They're in tune with meaning. We as a people are in tune with the earth, man. You know, so this our whole calendar, okay, was based off being in sync with the earth. See, Esau was the exact opposite. New Year and the dead, you know, winter.
We call it a New Year.
Yeah.
When everything is dead.
Yeah. You know, because it shows how he just off. You know, he just off with the earth. You know, just like how Esau, you know, the stereotype of Edomite, you know, that they can't dance. But that's a heavy
Offbeat.
Yeah. But he's off. That's how he is with the earth.
Off rhythm.
Yeah, he's off rhythm. You see how Jacob just flowed with, you know what I'm saying? That's really because we in sync with we in sync with the earth. You know, so this is our real New Year, man. Okay.
Then what bag of prophecy was going to Daniel 7:25. He had the power to change times and laws.
Yep.
You know, which is out of course.
Yep, moving time up.
Yeah.
Moving an hour back. You know, he's off.
That's right.
You know, but that's why we don't operate, you know, off those ways, off those standards. Okay. Wrong. Okay. Going what that? You can have your Sabbath from Friday to Saturday. That's you moving in a Roman vibration.
Yeah.
You know, and one thing we learned is that hey, this thing is got a lot to do with vibrations and frequencies, man. you know, um, you had some. You had something.
Nah, I'm just holding. I know
Okay.
you called it.
I want to get that. What's that? Corinthians about 11.
Okay.
Corinthians 5. Because going into 11, we're gonna go into what it means. When we talk about new beginning, we're constantly learning, we're constantly evolving. We're constantly making adjustments, and we're constantly getting new perspectives. As we grow in the truth, man. So, let's get that in 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This is 1 Corinthians 5 and 6. Your glory is not good.
5, 6.
Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump?
Now, let's get this. We're gonna get this word leaven and really go into it. Because you go into the Passover, you have what the Feast of Unleavened Bread, okay? Because you go into the yeast or the leaven, that's what's made to use bread rise, all right? And a little leaven, okay, once you put it in something, okay, it spreads, it saturates the whole lump or whatever you put it in. Yeah.
You know how when somebody's leg get amputated,
Yep.
because talking about they had to cut the whole leg out order for what the rest of the body to stay alive.
Yep.
Because if not, then it would affect the whole body.
Yeah. And this is what you see happening. This is why you see during the Passover what Jake started bugging out. That's the Lord removing and purging leaven from the Bible. Because all it takes one brother can cause a schism in the camp.
Mm-hmm.
One brother can cause a schism in the organization, man. And we've seen that. One man just going around and just being like leaven. And the Lord eventually had to purge that out, man, because like you say, it could be a cancer. You can get that.
Yep. So this the 11 in the blue letter. Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Strong's G 2219 Zume.
All right, and it says online outline of Bible usage 11. It said metaphorically what? Invertebrate metal, mental or moral corruption.
Yep.
It said viewed in its tendency to affect others.
Viewed in its tendency to affect others. So mental or moral corruption. Got Jake in the camp, trying to start cliques, backbiting against the leadership. Or on the individual level, man, you it's something in you, a mindset that can be in us that can be corrupting our whole character, man. So this is the time to really self-reflect and make adjustments, man. And really have a mindset of a new beginning, like looking at things differently, man. Like the Lord wants us to continue to level up in this thing, man. We're not here to be stagnant. And we should never reach the point where we plateau out, man. We should always be on the incline, man. What's that? We're gonna keep reading on that as well. You can say something?
Yeah, because when you deal with leveling up, you're changing your level of perspective. You can only look at something from a certain viewpoint. You can never get the full spectrum of what you're, really supposed to be seeing. That's why you have to level up. You have to keep elevating so you can see, they say the aerial view, of something, you'll be able to see pretty much the whole picture. And we're constantly leveling up in the truth to, constantly grow in our spirits to see and understand what the will of Yahweh Shema Shai is. You start really, the Lord starts dealing with us more and more so we can understand His will, what we need to focus on within ourselves and what we need to work on.
Yeah, that's Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. When he said, let's hear the conclusion of the whole matter. We got to fear the Most High Yahweh, keep His commandments, because why? That's the whole duty of man. But in the same time, we have to continue to examine ourselves, whether we in the faith. Because this is a time, like you said, this is a time that we reflect back, and basically look on the good aspect of Yahweh Shema Shai, giving us the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I got this precept for you right here.
Yeah.
This 2 Corinthians 4 and I'm starting 15. It says, "For all these are for your sake, that the abundant grace may be through the thanksgiving of many rebound to the glory of the Most High, for which cause we faint not. For though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day."
It's the spirit.
Yeah.
You know, and we should constantly be engaged in things that feed our spirit. You know, because this society teaches you to engage in nothing but the flesh. All right, that's why you see pretty much our people are operating in beast behavior. Like we're really seeing, especially with Jake, you know, the American people, you know, they're, you know, it's a savage overtone to the American, you know, citizen, but especially with Jake, you know, because Jake has the most toxic culture on the planet. You know, you can say something.
Yeah, because that's why when you when the disciples came to Yahweh Shai down the 4th chapter, he was like, we need to give him bread to eat. And he said, my bread is to do the will of him that sent me to finish the work. You know, bread, you know, looking at it as a meal, you know, everyone's hungry for their lives here in the society. But the men, the Lord, we're hungry to fulfill, you know, the lives, you know, to follow in the legacy of Yahweh Shai. You know, that's what keeps us going. So we're constantly feeding, you know, and, you know, trying our best to grow and examine ourselves in that aspects of our lives, constantly eating of the spiritual bread, you know, that we may be full of the wisdom knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Hey, because you gotta look at things, everything is spiritual. You know, everything is spiritual. Like, you know what I'm saying, you can feed yourself on the bread of folly of this world, or you can eat that spirit. Everybody talking about eating clean. Well, this is really eating clean. You know, this is the real spiritual meal prep.
Yeah.
You know, that's why every day everybody really got their routine. You know, like you say, you got a certain brother you listen to in the morning, certain brother you listen to midday, certain live streams you watch in the evening, like a supper. Okay, it's like a spiritual meal prep. You know, you do your reading. Okay, because like I say, we're like, as Jake is becoming savage and beast-like, brothers are starting to move as nobles. You know, like we can just have conversations and this brother bounce something off, this brother bounces something off, and we just leave the conversation, and you know, with a broader perspective. That's how really conversation supposed to be. Like when niggas get together, what is it? Shootouts. You know, fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, pulling hair out, weed,
Bruises,
world starting. You know,
yeah.
But see, now as we're being built up, when we come together, you know, we leave each other, okay, with some type of nourishment. You know, we're nourishing each other now. You know, and that's what this word was meant to do.
Yeah, we leave built up in the faith. You know, as we continue to go. You know, you travel out of town, see other brothers.
Yep.
You break bread too.
Huh?
So you breaking bread?
Yeah, that's it. And that's why he assembling that bread to as in what the food for thought.
Yeah.
Because it is spiritual eating.
Yeah.
As we continue to digest the way you say, eat this whole roll.
Yeah.
You know. I got that 2 Corinthians.
You got something?
I just had Galatians 5 and 9.
Get that one. We're gonna read down and then.
Okay.
Yeah, this Galatians 5 and 9. A little leaven in the whole lump.
Go ahead.
It said, I had confidence in you, though, the Lord, that you would be none otherwise minded, but he that trouble you should bear his judgment, whosoever he be.
Yeah, so you had the Galatians, they was going through what you call the Judaizers. You had Judaizers that would come behind the Apostle Paul and try to force the law, all right, on the Israelite foreigners. You know, they were considered Gentiles. You know, and he was telling them like, look, y'all not gonna get back to Yahweh Shai by trying to keep the law perfect. You know, of course, you know there's a standard, but trying to keep the law perfectly ain't gonna get you built up in Yahweh Shai. You know, so I think in that same chapter, does it say he travailed to Yahweh Shai be risen in you? Okay, he like, nah, this grace period was for Yahweh Shai to grow in us, man. Like you gotta feed Yahweh Shai that's in you.
That's it.
You know, when you just think about it, you know, you gotta feed the Yahweh Shai in you. Yahweh Shai, because you know when you start working out or you start going to weight loss, you start to understand what things about your body. You know, you start to understand what spike insulin. You start to understand that when you do high intensity workout, you're burning more carbs than fat. You do low intensity workout, you're burning more fat. You work out in the fasted state, you're burning more fat. You know, so you start to learn how the body works. Well, in the spirit, we should know how Yahweh Shai works. Like this is what Yahweh Shai is here. This is type of environment.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the setting that's feeding the Yahweh Shai that's in us, man. Okay, and we start to learn these things, you know, in the spirit as we grow. Like what Yahweh Shai likes. Like a woman will learn what her husband likes. You already have the room set up a particular way. You know, when you get there.
The incense burning.
Yeah. You know, so that's how it is with Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai, when you reading, when you're researching, when you're separating, when you go on your fast, like that's feeding Yahweh Shai. That's in each and every brother, man. You know, you can say.
I got a quick one, just a quick one.
Yeah.
This is St. Matthew's 18:20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, in my name, there I am in the midst thereof.
Yeah, so we have to understand that, okay, we have to have that spiritual awareness, you know, to keep Yahweh Shai strong in us, man. You know, and you can feel it when you're not doing your routine. Yahweh Shai be weak in you, man. You feel weak.
Yeah.
You know?
Vulnerable.
Yeah, you feel weak, you know?
Yeah, you ever you know, if you're mentally defeated, it really doesn't matter how strong one is, you know, because you're gonna constantly be complaining while you're doing the work. You know, that's why we have to build up our mental fortitude. You know, the words of Yahweh Shai, because just as when you eat good, those healthy cells that, you know, that come inside of you, they're here to fight off the bad cells that might, you know, enter in, you know, by eating something else that might not be as healthy, you know. Those so Yahweh Shai is there to keep us healthy, and we look at that word health, it goes back into whole, you know. So the Lord is keeping us whole. He's not he's making sure that we're not basically like basically deteriorating, you know, getting sick, getting weak.
Yeah, but that's why it's not due to physical strength. You know, that's why I said it's a faith as a mustard seed. You can move mountain. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about a physical strength that you can move that mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to take your faith and your mental strength.
Yeah, it's all the quote. It's like the mind of a man that can lift anything.
There you go.
You know, you want to have the mind of a man that can lift any burden, any mountain. You know.
And through Yahweh Shai, what it said, through Yahweh Shai, all things are what? Possible.
Yeah, let the weak sound strong. You know. You get
Not yet.
1 Corinthians
Yeah,
5.
finish that. We're gonna get that.
1 Corinthians 5, I'm going to start at verse 6 again. It says, your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump?
So, yeah.
Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump.
Yeah, so you have to purge out that old conduct, that old mindset. We're constantly at war with the old man. You know, but it gets to the point to where, you know, we got the up. You know, because when we first come into this thing, man, the old man is naturally gonna be the strongest because that's what we've been feeding our whole life. We're just now, you know, we're spiritual newborns. You know, but as we mature in the spirit, you know, we should be able to have that old man tamed. You know, I'm not saying you're gonna have moments, but it shouldn't be a pattern. And get to the point where that old man, you know, he shouldn't be riding shotgun, you know, everywhere you go. Like, you know, that nigga should be in the trunk.
Tied up somewhere.
Yeah, tied up some goddamn way.
Hang that nigga up in the closet.
Yeah, this nigga shot, this nigga ride shotgun, pouring the Hennessy, all right, with the shades.
Talking to you.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, and I may say the brother said talking to you because when Satan whispers to you, it's the same voice.
Your
you know,
voice.
it's our voice.
Yeah.
So, and brother say, "Oh, that's the spirit, the spirit." You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
well, if you ain't feeding the spirit of Yahweh Shai, then you feeding the old man, the spiritual demon Satan, you know, that old man is ruled after.
Like like we were talking, you know, once a couple weeks ago, like that's the spirit. What kind of spirit? What type of spirit? Is it a wicked spirit, a lying spirit?
Yeah.
You know, the son spirit, you know.
Righteous spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got one for you too.
Well,
You go bring it in.
This is bad guy. You know bad girl. It's Ephesians 4 and I'm started 19. Who being past spilling have given themselves over to the lasciviousness, to work all uncleanness with greediness. But ye have not so learned Yahushua, and as you're speaking on, we have to learn Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? And we're in that time, you know, as we continue to prep ourselves, you know, for the coming of the Lord. We have to learn. As a woman, had to learn our man. You know that song better, right?
Yeah.
I was learning my man while I was earning my man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we learning Yahushua, we earning Yahushua to be joint heirs with him.
How do you learn something by being around?
Right.
Okay, like it's with anything, man. If you hang around sports analysis, eventually you're gonna pick up the lingo. You're gonna start to understand their terminology. Okay, you're gonna be provoked, you know, to get into the things that they're talking about. So we learn to love Yahushua by being around Yahushua.
It's still on chemistry.
It's like an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
It's like an apprenticeship.
yeah.
You know, like when the prince was going into that last phase of becoming the king, okay, he would pretty much be at the elbow of his father.
Like being groomed.
Yeah, he would be like at his elbow, like which he would be right behind him. Every corner his father make, he turn in that corner. He's sitting in on all the councils. Now he's sitting in the war council, because we go into war. Guess what? That's the war council of the Heavenly Father. Like everybody not privy to those councils, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Selected free.
the famine, the geopolitics, the plan for this nation, the plan for this. Like we're sitting in the courts, okay, because like, we're in that last phase of this apprenticeship, man.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, because there was another quote I was getting into. It said, "Men don't get what they want out of life; they get who they are is what they get."
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and that's why Yahushua said, "What the kingdom of heaven is within you."
Yep.
You know, they want the kingdom. You know, they want sovereignty. They want to be kings, but they don't want to tap into the power that's already in them.
Yep. Come.
To bring it out.
To bring it out,
Come.
you know, to actually become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven.
Come.
Now, how you say you wanted the kingdom, but you don't act like you want it.
Yep.
You don't think like you want it.
Yeah.
You know, is this would you be doing this in the kingdom of heaven?
Yep.
You know, just being, you know, all extra and just no order or no show forth of wisdom or anything.
No accountability.
Yeah.
Yahushua couldn't. If you was of Abraham, you would do the works of Abraham.
That's right.
You know, but you are your fathers the devil.
Right.
You know, the works of your father you would do.
Yeah.
We seen it. You
Yeah,
got
finish it up.
Yeah.
And it said, "And so be that ye have heard of him, and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahushua,
Mm-hmm.
that ye put off concerning that former conversation,
Mm-hmm.
the old man."
That form of conduct, that living.
Yeah.
And like I say, we all have to constantly self-examine. You know, because guess what? When you, like the Feast of Unleavened, what are you doing? You're reading labels.
Yeah.
You know, you're going through the house, searching things. You know, what this got in. Well, that's how we have to be in the spirit. You know, we have to really examine ourselves, man. Like, you really got to sit down, like, we play sports. Well, one thing, a part of playing sports is what you have to watch film. You really have to watch film on yourself. Like, you really got to play back certain scenarios on how you reacted. Okay, what triggered you. You started watching film on yourself, man. And then you go, I got to change that. Okay, because even if you win the game, you still have certain things that you could have did better.
Yeah.
You know, because like there was certain players I used to coach, and they win. You know, little Jake probably had 2 touchdowns, but then I still critique him. And he'd be like, "Well, coach, I said, yeah, you got 120 yards, but you could have had 280.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you would have hit this hole, you know, on this play, if you would have hit that, you know, and that would, you know, so you can be productive, but still be open to criticism.
Yeah.
Don't ever think that I'm good.
Yeah.
I put up my points. You know what I'm saying?
That's what being disciplined is all about. Because you can never think my routine is so good, it doesn't need any improvement.
Right, yeah.
You know, you see, they post some posts, every 2 hours you doing something, like you got between 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. all day, you got discipline, tasks to check off. But there's always a way you can critique it, you can substitute things that you're doing, substitute regiments,
So it's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
Always room.
Yeah, like how brother said, you gotta flow. Oh, this ain't serving me anymore. I gotta switch it up.
Yeah.
Right. So it said that ye put all concerning that former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
He said deceitful lust. Because lust is deceitful. The flesh. But one thing the flesh is an expert in, which Esau is an expert, is justifying the flesh.
Yeah.
That's why you got Jake, okay, with goddamn, Tanisha trying to show her the videos, and she told him, I'm just trying to smash. You know what I'm saying? But why she here? Because your lust. She here because you're operating on your lower nature. That's the whole reason she here. Like, she don't serve no purpose in what we trying to do.
Exactly.
Like, if that's your thing, cool. But you trying to incorporate that into what we got going. Nah, that's your lower nature. Keep that shit separate. Because like I say, every now and then you give your flesh a little treat, but you gotta keep that shit separate from this.
Yeah.
But going back to the deceitful lust, the spirit like shit. Most I want you to have this money. But then you can't be around the brothers like you used to. You can't
study.
You can't study. You can't read. You're not available like you used to. But you like the flesh, like, well, you got money, so just get a brother some money and keep getting money. The flesh will justify. That's why I said deceitful lust. You'll start listening to these little violin stories the chick got going on.
Right.
Like, she need me. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? It's tripping, man. Like, nah, she ruining you spiritually, but you in your deceitful lust, man. Just give an example. You got
this brother. I was saying, this brother always talk about why. You do an action, like why you do that. You gotta be able to explain the why behind everything.
Yeah. You can't do nothing. You can't explain it.
Yeah.
You can't explain it because I don't know why. That's not justified.
That's not kingdom.
Yeah.
You think a king? That's why a king audience. Like you probably be waiting in line for months to get an audience with the king, because his whole day is spent on. Because he can't see one thing about a king. They're not thinking about just one lifetime.
Yeah.
They got to make decisions based on generations. Because they know they got to pass this down to their sons and their sons' sons. So he's not even just thinking about this lifetime. So he definitely ain't got no time to waste on nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like that brother just said, like, why am I doing this? What is this benefit?
Yeah.
And if it is of the flesh, keep it quick and get right back to the business, man.
Because we all have every brother has the why, and the why is the kingdom of heaven. And like, is this why I'm doing this, forwarding, my journey to the kingdom of heaven, or is it, hindering me off the path?
I gotta preach up. This is Galatians 5, it says 10. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and you should not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Wait, walk in the spirit. Pretty much walking in your house shot, the word,
That's right.
So you want to fulfill the lust of the flesh, like we were saying yesterday at the camp. Will your house shot do this? But it say, for the flesh lust against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these,
I'm sorry, you gotta learn to be adaptable. It says walk in the spirit. As we're walking on this path, a lot of bumps in the road come. A lot of things that one may not plan, and that's why we're really being justified by our faith. Constantly believing that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to get me out of this situation. The Lord is still guiding me. The Lord still is with me. I'm on the right path. I'm doing everything to the best of my ability. I can improve in this area. So we're walking in the spirit, you know, and as we're walking in the spirit and those things come, that like Brother was saying, the deceitful lust is constantly kind of get you off of that path. Oh, this is too hard. Maybe you should do this for comfort. Maybe you should do that for comfort. Maybe you should go this way. You know, so we're constantly walking in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, constantly meditating upon these words to know that the Lord is with me, and that, you know, I just need to stay the course. I'm already on the right path.
That's right.
It say back in Galatians 5:17, for the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other.
So they got two different agendas. You know,
yeah.
because the flesh don't care about what's to come. The flesh is only in tune with right now. The flesh doesn't have any foresight. You know, like scripture say, a prudent man foresees the evil and hide himself. The flesh don't operate off that. The flesh
operate the spirit.
Yeah, the flesh only operating off the feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, getting your rocks off. Okay, feeding yourself on appetite. Okay, being drunken. That's all a right now thing. You know, that's how the flesh operates, man. You know, but the spirit has foresight. So the spirit has you making moves based on what's to come. The flesh only makes moves in the moment. You know?
Yeah, that's right. That's what separates the conscious. You know, through the spirit you have conscience.
Yeah.
You know, the flesh don't have conscience. You know what I mean?
It's a beast. It's a beast.
It's a beast. Exactly. Like that. That's right. It's a beast.
Yeah.
If a dog, okay, a pit bull go kill a 2-year-old, okay, that pit bull don't feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying?
He's the animal.
Yeah. He ain't not sitting over there thinking and contemplating the child, the family, the mother. He ain't thinking about none of that shit.
Because that's his nature.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what I'm saying?
When you play chess, you're constantly thinking about several moves ahead. You know, same thing with us walking in the spirit. We got, if I make this move, you know, these moves are gonna follow. So that's a good move or that's a bad move to make. So that's what, you know, the spirit allows us to see. Like the scripture said, what the flesh profit nothing. You know, the flesh doesn't profit us. You know, it may, you know, you indulging in your lust doesn't forward your walk. It doesn't make you grow. You know,
it's but for a moment.
Yeah, Romans the 8th chapter. Those that live in the flesh should die. You can't please, you know, Yahweh Shema Shai. You constantly, you know, living in the flesh. You know.
because you gotta have faith.
Yeah.
They said foresight.
Yeah, that's the. I'm gonna jump over real quick. Galatians 5:6. It's like Galatians 5:5. For we through the Spirit waited for the hope of righteousness by faith. For in Yahweh Shah neither circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but faith which worketh by love. We know what love is, keeping of the commandments, you know. But jumping back down to Galatians 5.
And that what make the law spiritual. You know, as we rehearsing the righteous acts. That's how we become spiritual men. You know, you gotta go out.
Galatians 5:17. For the flesh lust against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would.
Yeah, because we did that lesson, the burden of being a warrior every hour of the day. You know, you gotta constantly. It's a burden to do the right thing. You know, in the sense of you seeing everybody else and they taking the easy way out and they're winning. So, you know, so we're carrying the burden of righteousness. And we're happy to do it, you know? We actually find pleasure in the hard work. We actually find pleasure in, you know, understanding that hope of the expectation of I'm doing this for a purpose. I'm doing this for a cause. Me constantly examine myself. You know, there's going to be a reward for this.
Yeah, Apostle Paul, how he spoke of, he said, I count all things as dawn to win the glory of Yahweh Shai. You know, so he had to find, you know what I'm saying, that righteous purpose to serve Yahweh Shai. And he suffered his affliction.
Yeah, that was every point. You said righteous purpose.
Yeah.
Hey, because when you look at the situation that the Lord got brothers in, you know, we really be the centerpiece of everything orbits around us. Like you said, like we really have to embrace the responsibility. Like we were talking about last night. You really, Yahweh Shai ain't with that complaining shit, man.
No.
Like you be vexed and you speak, you put curses up, but at the end of the day, the Lord is grooming us as men, is waking up and getting it done. Whatever your situation is, the Lord is about you waking up and getting it done, man. He don't want to hear that whining shit. When you sit down and you pray, of course you're gonna have your things that vex you that you're gonna pray against. All right? But he don't want you 20 minutes of complaining, like, God damn. What is the solution there? So just to make this point, like you say, everybody else get to be responsibility free.
Yeah.
Niggas just get to have kids.
Carefree.
Yeah, niggas just get to have children, go ball at the club, live at his mama house, his auntie house, his baby mama house. Niggas just get to be carefree. Nigga come to work, he might work 2 hours, mess off 6 hours, still get the same check you get.
Yeah.
So it be
Pay
like,
more.
probably make more, you know what I'm saying? Like that. But you still gotta hold down your responsibility, and then we gotta be selfless, because like a lot of men of the Lord, if they just stepped away and denounced their responsibility, and this is in the world, a lot of shit would just collapse. So brothers gotta be in the middle, just holding shit together like this, man. Like brothers really, all brothers in that situation, but that's grooming us to be the centerpiece of a province in the kingdom, man.
I'm gonna say, like you told me, 'cause I know I used to complain a lot on the job, we like, hey, we like Joseph's in Egypt.
Right.
Joseph pretty much made Egypt, thrive.
Yep.
So that's how we is in this society. Like you were saying, if we just say fuck it, all stop working, this shit pretty much collapse,
Exactly. And then I want to make a point what you're saying about Yahweh Shai, and it said with the same mindset, because Yahweh Shai, like you said, Yahweh Shai ain't dealing with niggas that complain. You got to be about that business, because he was about that action.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So 1 Peter 4:1 in the NLT, it said living for the Most High, right? It said, so then since Yahweh Shai suffered physical pain, you must arm yourselves with the same attitude he had. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, he had to finish the course. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Apostle Paul say, endure all things for who the elect say. So whatever you go through, you got to take it cheerfully. You know what I'm saying? And still keep that mindset of Yahweh Shai to be able to say, well, it's finished, it is done.
Yeah. And just harping on that leavening point, the leavening, of complaining, that's in the truth. When you go around brothers, you don't talk your problems. You want to talk solutions.
Yeah.
You want to talk. I'm dealing with this, but I'm gonna try this to make this situation better.
Yeah.
It's comforting though.
Yeah, we all can
iron
say that.
sharpening.
Yeah.
You can rub that off on me, and I can like, okay, then I'm gonna have that same mindset. Try to get better.
Yeah. Like you say, it's good to discuss what you got, and then discuss the adjustments you make. And like, oh, brother can take that, But if it's just complaining, what y'all say? We're gonna be the blues brothers,
Right?
but yeah, we just come together, sing a blues song, man.
Right.
We go through, the shit. We know the shit hard, but one thing about it, we learn to embrace this shit. And then it get to a point where you start to love this shit, man.
Yeah.
Like the suffering, the being the underdog, being counted out. Like how he doing that? Like that shit really like you really start to get off on people trying to figure out how is he pulling this off, but they don't understand we connected to a source, because when you start to move in faith, it opens you up to a whole new way of thinking and decision making, man.
It's a whole nother realm.
Yeah.
Because we harped on David Goggins, last night. He said in one of his videos, he said, when I'm running, I'm doing them miles. Then he has a thing called taking souls. He said he'd be tired in his mind, but when he passed somebody on his 19th mile, and they look at him like, "Whoa, how was he doing that?" That gives him the energy to keep going. A quote I heard in the world: never let them see you sweat. Don't let them see you sweat. So. Complain. Scripture say another quote for Stoicism said, "Don't be found complaining, not even to yourself."
Yeah.
This Sirach 37:12, but be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and was sour with thee if thou should miscarry.
It was mine according to thy mind. You know, because we to the point to where, you know, as we get together, man, all right, it should be about, you know, improvements. You know, it should be with solutions. You know, it's all based on the wisdom and faith in Yahweh Shem Shah, man. You know, and Yahweh Shah honors that, man. Like, he see you in motion. Like, he see you putting on, because it's only so much we can do, you know. And the Lord, he has to intervene, you know, and the Lord will make moves. And when the Lord make the moves, if you're already in motion, man, it flows.
It about in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but the Lord can't bless nothing that's idle. You know, like, because what's the point? Why would I put a blessing on you if you're idle?
Right.
You know, why would you like, if you had a franchise of t-shirt companies, okay? Why would you try to bring a bigger market to a store that's already underperforming? You just gonna ruin my clientele.
Yeah, they're gonna go down the
Yeah,
drain.
you gonna ruin my clientele.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but if you booming and you bumping, you know, you active, okay, now the Lord is more inclined to add to your situation, man.
That's right.
You know? You finish, look at that, finish that.
All right, this Ephesians, back in Ephesians 4 and 23, it said, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on a new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness.
Hey, that's something you said last night. You start to fall in love with what you becoming. You see, once you see, that's the thing. Like, when you're going through the motion of something, you know, it feels more of a burden. It feels more as force. But like, when you start to fall in love with what you becoming, now you're obsessed with it. Like, when you study all the great generals and kings, one thing about it, when you read about how they was coming up, is they all hit a point to where they became obsessed with legacy. You see, you can tell, you know, you study, you know, Charlemagne, you know, your Alexanders, your Napoleons, you know, your Vespasians, and Julius Caesars, King David's, okay, Hannibal, okay, like the moves they was making was based off legacy. They was obsessed with legacy. Like, normal life topics didn't even come up anymore. You know, it was based on, they was obsessed with legacy, man. So when you start to put on that new man is obsessed with the legacy of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai.
Right.
That's the new man, that man that's obsessed with the legacy of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, man. You know?
That's right.
You got it.
That was it on there, brother. This is 1 Corinthians 5:7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even a Mashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us.
Yeah, so Yahweh Shai was sacrificed in the creative grace period to where we can remove that moral and corrupt way.
Yeah, you kind of brought that back, because you were saying, you know, you're going into how the first Exodus, you know, that it was a literal event that happened, you know, but that's kind of a spiritual overtone about what we're doing now. And made me think about those who run inside that house, that's where the safety is.
Yeah.
Because bid them to the marriage that my house may be filled. You know, so the scripture says, you know, the Lord set up teachers, you know, pastors according to his heart, to feed us with wisdom and understanding, to get us inside that house. And when you get inside someone's house, you got to act accordingly. You got to follow their house rules if you want to stay inside that house.
Mm-hmm.
So it made me think, like, Esau's going to come down, you know, come into times of persecution, but the blood is over our door, you know, the doorposts of our minds already. You know, so we are already in a place of safety. We're already in a place of refuge. You know, there's nothing this man can really do to get us out of that house, because
You gotta stay in it.
You gotta stay in there.
You know, it was Psalm 91.
Yeah.
You know, abide in the shadow of the Almighty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you kick yourself out the house by not following, being obedient to the rules, you know,
Right.
the guidelines of the house.
And you gotta, the Lord's our husband. You don't follow the rules of your husband, he gonna be like, all right,
Man,
that bill divorce.
yeah. Because like you say, that old nigga not invited in the house, man.
Mhm.
You know, that old nigga start, seeping through.
Yeah.
That nigga gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Fucking off and
Yeah,
cheating.
that nigga
Yeah.
gotta go.
Trying to sneak out the house, put it back on.
Yeah.
Because we have been kicked out. You know what I'm saying? But you know how I know I got put out before, and my mom was like, if I let you back in, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to do right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to act right, be right, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, to be accepted back into that house, you gotta what? It's requirements you have to meet.
You gotta submit.
You know, really you have to submit.
I got a precept.
You know?
This is 1 Corinthians 10, and I started 20. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to the Most High. And I would not that you should have fellowship with devils. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils.
Yeah, so it don't mix. Because this society has a completely different. See, a kingdom is based on a vision. That's another thing. Certain, you read about these certain conquerors. Okay, they set out with a vision. Like we were going to yesterday, they have an identity. Like you go into like these different caliphates or Islam. Well, they have an identity based off, Islamic world order. And that governs their actions. And that's where you get the results of these different Islamic kingdoms. Even Islam had a golden age. Okay, King David, he was a man after the Most High heart. So when he went to conquer, okay, he beat the heathens into submission based on his identity. You see, so as we are coming into identity, we sons of God. We want the earth to bow down to the will of Yahweh Shem Al Shah. Okay, that's our identity, man, and that starts to control our actions, and ultimately the kingdom is going to be the results, of us coming back to who we are.
Yeah,
That's it.
what is it? Like the video we were watching last night, how to trick your brain.
Into doing
Into
hard
light-
things,
into light doing hard
Yeah,
things.
start with identifying, then that produce the actions and the results.
results.
Like you were saying about King David.
Yeah.
We call ourselves sons of God, we identify as that. So we would that produce actions with this word.
What's
Was
it
it
so let's say put on the elect.
Put on,
Put on
yeah.
the elect.
Was it somebody that identifies a dog or a
Yeah.
hoe?
Yeah,
Look at that results and actions.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
into
yeah.
those
Yeah.
bestiality, morality.
now you ride on.
Yeah.
Like, what the-
You're a Decepticon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish this. 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord in the cup of in the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils.
Yeah, you can't serve two masters.
Yeah.
It spoke of that Revelation 3rd chapter. If you hot or cold,
Yeah.
because you lukewarm, then guess what? The Lord gonna speak out of his mouth, man.
You can't have a head wrap with a feminist mindset under
Right.
the head
Right.
wrap. It don't mix, it's gonna clash.
Yeah.
So you it don't work. You
It's
can't,
just,
have
it's just like the
free-
two magnets.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You flip them.
Yeah.
Oil and water. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that, look, it won't go.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
And then that's how it is.
Yeah, because dealing with identity, like versing your identity is what's in you is gonna show. What's gonna come out.
Right.
So what you're pouring and what you're drinking, drinking the Lord's cup, drinking of this truth. That's what's gonna come out of you. So Jake, with dealing with the identity, well, those are your actions and those are your results because that's what's deep within you.
Yeah.
I serve the nigga God.
Yeah.
Look at the actions.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they fucking niggas, man. You know.
Point proven. You know what I'm saying?
Without they like you say, they've been saying it without saying it, and they serve the nigga God.
Yeah.
It's something called here. Most high Christ blood.
Yeah.
You know? You got
Yeah,
it.
they say for like don't listen to what someone says, watch what they do.
The action.
Because actions tell you who a man really is.
Yeah.
And when you deal with people in the world, like you see, like okay, this person, you might be around someone. Okay, he does X, Y, and Z. Like in his actions. But when you really stay around this man long enough, you start seeing his shame and how shameless he really is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like when brothers do something wrong, we're full of shame. You know, and we know that if you continue on doing shameful things, a judgment's gonna come. So we make the proper, altercations to make sure that shame is no longer there.
Yeah, ain't this in the Bible called nothing blessed before it's time? You know, what we gotta do nothing.
No, you finish your point.
Nah,
I got a little bit more Corinthians.
Yeah, finish that.
This is First Corinthians 5:8. It says, "Therefore, let us keep the feast not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice
Yeah, go ahead.
and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth."
Yeah, so it goes into those different, what they call character flaws. You know, envious, malice. Well, that's nigga culture, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like nigga culture, it's just all about being counterproductive and everybody feeding their ego. You go into nigga culture, it's all about an ego victim.
Yeah. Ego is your earth guide only.
Yeah.
It's not your spiritual guide. Dealing with sincerity and truth. You have Jake say, "Oh, you can be sincerely wrong," but if you're sincerely wrong, then you're sincerely going to make the change to be right.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about. That's why when brothers do the correction videos and point out where you're may be sincerely going wrong, where you say you sincerely didn't know, then you have to make the corrections. Because someone who's sincere, they don't have a malice or a different intent than what we're on. The intentions is to make it to the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai, to receive mercy. So your intent is gonna be altercating and doing whatever you need to do to stay on that path. You're gonna listen to when the brother's saying, "Oh, you're doing X, Y, Z wrong. You need to do this." You're gonna be sincere in your intentions.
This yeah, get there for me. We get in with Luke. You had something?
I just typed in contrite.
Okay.
Because he was speaking on.
Yeah, you can read that. Get Luke 13:31. You finished that, correct? That was it?
That was it, yeah.
Okay. You get Luke.
This is Psalms 34:18. The Lord Yahweh is nigh to them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit.
Yeah, broken. You want to be brokenhearted. You want to be full of remorse. That's what contrite means. You're full of remorse.
Right.
Like the priest was saying, when you do something wrong, you examine, like, I could have done this better. You're full of remorse. Like you're not like, oh, I did all these things right. Sometimes it's not about what you're doing right. It's about what you're doing wrong. It's not about what you're doing. Sometimes it's about what you're not doing. Because you have the brothers play NBA 2K. You got the My Player. He can shoot, but he got no handles. You want to improve in the areas that you need to improve in. Whatever it may be.
But you can't have that Edomite mindset of being proud. That's what the Lord is separating us from the world, 2/3. 2/3 still have that proud spirit, that Edomite spirit.
They're going to contrite, man. You broken. It's certain things, because the only way to make real change is if you be broken.
That's right.
Like the Lord got to break. You go into a wild horse. The horse got to be broken. The scriptures speak about that. How a child left to himself become willful, like a horse not broken, man. If you're not broken, the Lord can't deal. Because when you're broken, then He's able to piece you back together to His liking.
Yeah,
that's right.
Because like judge thyself, you won't be judged.
Yep.
You constantly gotta be judging what you're doing wrong. What do you call it for Luke?
13. I think I'll start at 18.
18. Was there one more precept you want to bring out before?
You got that 1 John?
Yeah.
Yeah, get that 1 John and we end with that.
Yeah.
This is 1 John 4:4. You are of the Most High, little children, and have overcome them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world.
Yeah, so if we get that leveling out, we put, we start to nurture Yahweh Shai that's in us. So we gonna need Yahweh Shai. The Yahweh Shai that's within us, we need him at his strongest point.
Right.
Coming into the time that we coming into, man. That's what's gonna have us to overcome is the Yahweh Shai within.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's gonna help us to overcome these times. All right, it's through Yahweh Shai, and He's already in us, but we gotta nourish that, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I was watching brothers who watch Dragon Ball Z. You know, there's a quote in the show. He said two quotes. He said, "You'll laugh at your fears when you realize who you really are." You know, and he said, "There's a great power lying inside of you. Use it, rely on it, face your fears."
Rely on it. It's heavy. Rely on it, man. Like in the clutch.
Right,
You know,
got to.
yeah, and the Lord showing us now. You know, there's certain things that are out of control, man. We just gotta give it up.
Yeah.
And that don't mean we just sit there. Because when they say be still, you know, even when you go into being still, it goes into serving. You know, so just keep serving at the capacity that you can serve in. Keep doing what you gotta do as a man in your daily obligations, and let the Lord work out certain things that is above your control, man.
Yeah.
It speaks about that.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what the other Ariel from Dallas, he was going into that confidence with faith.
Yeah.
You know, you still with the things you're going to, it's with faith. It's mingled with faith. Everything is. But was there any more in that, brother?
That's it.
But it's gonna say, cast thy burden upon the Lord.
Yes,
But we still have to fill our office.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is St. Luke 13 and verse 18. Then said he, "Unto what is the kingdom of God like?
Yep.
And whereunto shall I resemble it?
Yep.
It is like a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and cast into his garden, and it grew and waxed a great tree, and the fowls of the air lodged in the branches of it."
So he's like, because the kingdom of heaven is like an enterprise, you know, and the seed that was planted, you go back to Elder Abba Bivens, ultimately how Shai, when he was here, he planted that seed because he planted that idea of a kingdom for Israel, you know, and what we have today, and we revamped on Elder Abba Bivens, okay, that seed of Yahweh Shai was planted in the earth. Okay, and it grew into what you see our apostles and elders today. So Yahweh Shai is what that true vine.
Yeah.
Okay, because the Most High is like that husbandman that planted that seed.
Right.
Okay, so Yahweh Shai is like that true vine. And now you have branches. Because what you have GMS branch Mississippi, branch of Memphis, branch of North Carolina. And guess what? The believers, those files that come rest. Because that tree was a lot of things for the bird. It represents a source of food. It represents covering. It represents shelter.
Right.
You see? So this is what the truth has grown into, man, to now, you know, it's flourishing, okay, to where it's able to host believers.
Yeah.
You know, you got to
Because you said it starts with an idea. An idea is what are ideas? Ideas are words. You know, so the word being Yahweh Shai started with him. You know, and what then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Lord. This is St. Luke chapter 13, verse 20. And again he said, "Whereunto shall I liken the kingdom of God? It is like leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened."
Yep, till the whole was leavened. So leaven, when you go into it, it goes into what your moral and mental, all right, conduct, behavior, okay, that can spread. Well, this is good leaven, and the kingdom of heaven is an ideal. Now it has spread throughout the earth. You know, it started off as a little piece of leaven, okay, going to 1 West. You know, it's a little piece of leaven that the Lord put in the earth, and now that leaven has spread to where you got camps international now. Okay, so that leaven of the kingdom, that idea of a kingdom, is Yahweh Shai, the throne of David, all 12 tribes and governing body, the nations in submission. Okay, being kings and priests in the earth. That whole idea, that concept, now has spread throughout the earth to all of the hopeful elect, man. Okay.
From that time, Yahweh Shai began to preach and to say, "Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand." they said you just been told what the kingdom of heaven, entails, but it started with him preaching it.
Yeah.
Coming down from the heavens to do the will of the Heavenly Father Yahweh.
And the prophet is like that woman that's making the bread. You know, Lord women. Okay, that was it. All right. Well, with that, we pray. All right, that you brothers and you sisters edified once again. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Hashem, Hakadash.
and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. Peace and blessings, salutations, and hopefully shalom.
Shalom.
You get done?
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Yeah.
Oh, yes, on the other side.
Okay.